Hi, we're Una.
Hello, how are you today? Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm in the clouds. Proof of divinity.
Second son, first son.
Very sparkly. Oh gosh. Okay. So this week I am in London at my aunt's house. So hence the bizarre surroundings. My darling camera is it's a lot of things. It's like one of my best friends, it's the other half of my soul, it's my eyes in this world. It's not a video camera. It's a point and shoot, and it's a damn good point and shoot, but it fails on sound quality. So hopefully this will be better. My aunt's been kind enough to lend me her MacBook. Uh, Maybe it's a Pro. I'm confused by Macs. So I'm gonna try and make iMovie do my bidding, my evil bidding. I had notes. Notes. I'm a very, very organized person. Board games I played when I was little, we played Cluedo a lot. I know Americans call it Clue, but it's called Cluedo over here, and everywhere else except America, it's called Cluedo. And we were pretty big in Cluedo in my house. It got very intense, I think. I'm exceptionally bad at Cluedo, and even when I write down clues, I would just make a terrible detective. But I really enjoyed it, and so we played that a lot. We also had like a bunch of like weirder games that my mom found various places. We had the hieroglyphs game, where you got like a roll of parchment or something, depending on your whose turn it was or something, and then you had to roll, and depending on what you rolled, like from 1 to 6, you had to try and spell out a certain word. In order to do that, there was one counter, like a scarab thing that moved around. So you rolled, and you got however like many you got on the dice. You got to move the scarab that many places, and you had to like try and hit on the board. There was all the hieroglyph characters, so you had to try and hit those using the scarab with the amount of moves that you were allowed on your roll. It was a little complex. I think we still have it. It was kind of a fun game. We also had the art game, which was a really complex thing with a lot of cool stuff in it that was about like art history, and we played it like twice. It wasn't a big hit. It was interesting and notable though. We had Monopoly, but I have to say, okay, Emma, you said you played Monopoly a lot. I remember the first time I ever played Monopoly because we did not have it in my house until later on. I played with my friend Nicole and her brother, and my friend Anthea, and I'm I'm still traumatized. It resulted in a huge fight. There was throwing of things, there was yelling. I think someone even tipped up. Maybe this is just me exaggerating my mind, but I swear to God, someone tipped over the board, and there was yelling and retreating to rooms, and maybe not door slamming because Nicole and her family weren't really that kind of people, but there was serious drama and upset and people leaving, and I remember just sort of sitting there going, I hate this game. It's so complicated. Oh God, it's ruined our lives. So I was never a big Monopoly person. A, because it takes for friggin' ever, and B, because I have never played a game of Monopoly and not had a serious, like, near death fight with people around me. I don't take it that seriously. I mean, maybe I do. I don't know. I really don't like the game, and I like don't play it well, and it was just bad memories. So not a Monopoly person. We got Monopoly later on, but someone had drawn like battleships on the back of it, but like with like I don't know coastline and like a grid, and it was I don't know, it was kind of crazy. Um, so me and my friend Anthea took all the pieces from Monopoly and used the houses and things to make wharfs and lines and created this really cool game that involved, I don't know, it was very, very complex about like shipping lanes, and we played it once and then forgot the rules. Oh, I do like drafts. You call them checkers in the States, I think. And I've occasionally tried to dabble with chess. I was part of the chess club for a little while, but I'm terrible at chess. Card games! Go Fish is the only card game that's real. I've played Go Fish all my life. I have a special deck of cards for it. It's fantastic. Stuff I'm thinking about, kind of stuff you actually play with friends. Jenga happened in my life. Like we used to play games in PE that were kind of fun. Like the ones I remember when I was younger that are still kind of amusing to me are things like Touchy and Dum Dum, where you have one person's touching, you have to run around and like touch all the dum dums. Everyone else is like a dum dum, and if you get touched, you're out. But no matter where you are, if you roll over on your back and wave your little legs in the air like a turtle, because Dum Dum, I guess it's a turtle. If he rolls over and gets all like that touch, you can't touch him, so you're safe. I think also if you get touched, you're converted and you have to start chasing the other Dum Dums. It was very complex. Very complex, very complex. I like complex games. And then the other one I really loved was Calling All Dogs, where you have like the dog catchers in the middle and you have to like run back and forth across the games hall. So they go like, calling all chihuahuas, and everyone who'd said they were a chihuahua had to run, and they'd do that, and they like catch all the chihuahuas. And then eventually they go like, calling all dogs. And you had to like, I don't know, calling dogs is best, but like if you ended up being like the only dachshund, which I often was, because I'm just like that, it was really annoying, because it'd be like 3 dog catchers, and it was really hard to like get past them because once you were caught, you became a dog catcher, so in the end, the last person to get caught won, I guess. But it was just, hard works is. Okay, computer games? Okay, I talked about Chips Challenge already. Chips Challenge is fantastic. And okay, you were talking about Ski Free, Emma, with the guy who skis and you try to avoid things, and then the Yeti eats you at the end. I remember Ski Free. Yes, for the win. The cat thing with the cheese. I remember that. The cats turned into cheese. Was that called Cat Trap or something? I can't remember, but I know the one you're talking about. I also like a snake thing. It wasn't like the original like snake, because my snake didn't just go around in circles. You had to like navigate it through different things. I think it was part of the ECPC things we got. We got floppy disks with a computer magazine on a fairly regular basis, and we had games that came from those, and there was a ton of those, and I loved like a bunch of them, but I can't remember what they all were. Oh, the other thing I used to play a lot of on my computer was like Taipei. It's the same as a game now called Mahjong on my computer, but like Danny knows that Mahjong is far more complex. Like I've actually played like with the real tiles in real life Mahjong at Danny's house, because they're a Mahjong household, Emma, just so you know. Um, and Mahjong is complicated, so I always knew it was called Taipei, but when I was at Franklin last year, you guys were all calling Mahjong. It's not Mahjong. Mahjong is not like match the pairs, but when you match the pairs of tiles, that one. I I never really played Sims. My friend Nicole once became obsessed. For like 2 days or like a whole weekend, she kind of just lived Sims. It got really boring for the rest of us, but it was really intense because we created like Simalikes for each of us, and then she kept them alive in a slightly creepy way. And one of us was having 12 kids. I really hope it wasn't the Simalike of me, because that would just be weird. Ooh! Other computer games I really enjoy are like, well, not enjoy, but like that I play a lot of are like Solitaire and Spider Solitaire. They're kind of like the story of my life. When there's homework to be done, Solitaire. When there's papers due that you really should have finished yesterday, Solitaire. I'm a good student. Blah. Like, I'm gonna talk forever and ever and ever about consoles. I have never owned a console because they're those weird controllers and I don't like them. World of Warcraft. Okay. I prepared for this and this is gonna come up. WoW. For the win. Oh, it's backwards because Macs are evil. WoW. And yeah, I'm also a girl and I play a girl in game and WoW is fantastic. Like, I love it. I actually like WoW because it's so complex. Like, you never really get bored. Like, even when you start a new character, you probably start in a new area and you might not do all the same quests, and you get to sort of see it through new eyes. And it's like the lore you learn from even just your quest chains. I can speak, I swear. It's like different. I also don't have that many high level characters. I have a level 50 Tauren Druid, Lizelle. She's gorgeous. I play on the European servers, but I play on Bloodhoof when I play Horde. And Horde kicks Alliance ass, okay? Horde is the only side to be on. That's what I do have a level 20 Draenei Hunter, who I've been leveling recently. And I'm trying really, really hard to get the Explorer title before Cataclysm comes and destroys my Azeroth, okay? They're gonna destroy the Barrens. Like, I'm a Tauren, I grew up in the Barrens. I'm really, really, like, excited but terrified and upset about Cataclysm. I'm like... It's really intense, man.
I am the all-seeing